Did Chief Samuel Mashaba really tell the truth about former Deputy President David Mabuza, or has a major contradiction just been exposed? In a shocking conversation involving Tumelo Nku, new claims are raising serious questions and sparking heated debate. Stay with us as we break down the details and what they could mean. Before we begin, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications.
As I indicated, you received payment on the 25th of May. So if we look at the message where you've got the received payment on the 25th of May, so if we look at the message where you've got the thumbs up and the thank you, the grateful hands, you say, please inform after doing it, Tumza, my notification is giving problems. That's still on the 24th. And then also still on the 24th, the Nux and Fetu. On the 25th is when you receive payment. Then on the 29th of May, you say, Tumza, I see Didi is back. Let's move on our issues. Who's Didi?
Didi is Tumza's uncle.
Whose uncle?
Tumelo's uncle.
And who is he?
He passed away.
Can you give me his name?
Kebi Mapatu.
Is that the name?
Yes.
And what were you meaning by he's back?
Just before that, why do you call him DD? Isn't DD supposed to be initials of a person?
Like I said, commissioners, when Nku calls me or calls somebody boss, I automatically call boss. As to who he means, I don't know.
Is it?
But this is you writing here. This is not Nku. Sorry, Advocate Nube. This is you saying, I see Didi is back.
Yes, commissioners.
So what is the name of this person that you call Didi, and why do you call them Didi?
He calls Kebi Mapatu Didi.
But why is that not KM? Why is it Didi?
That I'm not sure. And let me maybe not answer for Nku.
No, but
maybe he knows.
You saying Didi. So you know the person as Didi.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he calls him Didi.
Okay. And this is in May 2019.
Yes, commissioners.
Is Didi not former Deputy President Didi Mabuza, who was reappointed in May 2019 as the Deputy President?
Didi would mean...
Sorry, can you please clarify the reappointment?
Yes. When President Ramaphosa was appointed in his full appointment after the general elections in May 2019, he appointed Didi Mabuza as his Deputy President. Do you recall that?
I recall that.
Are you not referring to that Didi?
No.
Okay.
I think in fairness to you, let's put this to you, that the person widely referred to as DD was the late Deputy President Mabuza. Your explanation your explanation why you say DD here was the uncle Kebi Mapatu is simply not, it doesn't add up, it's not satisfactory, and I want to suggest to you that you are not being honest in saying Didi is Kebi Mapatu. I want to suggest you're not being honest. In all your exchanges here, Mr. Nku does not make any reference whatsoever to an Uncle Didi. There is the coincidence that, as Ms. Segal says to you, that in this period, Deputy President Mabuza had just been reappointed, if that is the correct word, reappointed or re-elected Deputy President. And you're saying this is a reference to Mr. Mapatswe. It's improbable. I want to suggest to you.
If it was Didi Mabuza, I was going to say, why do I have to lie if it's Didi Mabuza? Plus, he is no more. What will be my reason to say?
Well, Mr. Mapatswe, as far as I remember, is also no more. But in that sense, I'll suggest to you why you would, the motive, or why you would not want to be honest about it, is because you would then have to account for what does moving on our issues have to do with DD, with Deputy President Mabuza. You would have to answer that question, and I suspect you find it more difficult to answer that than to say this was a reference to Mapatswe, to the late Mr. Mapatswe.
Please comment.
No comment.
And what had Mr. Kirby Mapatswe returned to?
What was?
What had he returned to, Mr. Kirby Mapatswe? You see that I see Didi is back. What was he back to? What had he returned to?
No, I think Kevin Mapatswe was out of the country. So I was saying to Mr. Nku, I see he is back. So let's move on our issues. As to what was the issues then, I don't remember.
And where had you seen that? Where had you seen that he was back? It was quite easy to know that the late Deputy President was back to his position because that would have been public knowledge. So you would know that he was back. And how would you have known that Mr. Kirby Mapatswe is back? You say, I see. You are not saying
Obviously,
Mr. Nku has told you.
Obviously, I would be seeing him on TV.
He can be on TV even if he's abroad. He can be on TV even if he's abroad.
No, I can't be saying he's back while I'm seeing him abroad on TV. He must have been landed in our country.
No. You can see him on your TV screen even if he is abroad. That is what I mean. So it cannot be an answer that it was because you saw him on TV. That doesn't necessarily tell you that he's back. We see people who are in Russia, who are in Kenya, who are in Nigeria. We see them on TV screens. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are in South Africa.
But I'd be saying he is back where? I'm saying he's back in the country.
I should be the one putting questions to you. And I started this by saying to you that it makes more sense that perhaps it was a late Deputy President because you would have seen that he was back to his position as the Deputy President of the country, not of the party. You would have seen that because it would have been public knowledge. So it makes sense for you to say, I see that he is back. But with Mr. Kirby Mapatswe, it's not necessarily the same, and that is why I was asking, and how would you have known, or how would you have seen, because you say you've seen this for yourself, basically, and not necessarily that you heard from Mr. Nku. And all you are able to tell us is that it's because you saw him on TV, and I'm saying to you that's not an answer. So that takes me back to the point that it makes more sense that you were probably talking about the Deputy President of the country. Your comment?
No comment.
Can I pick it up from there? You see, Chief Mashaba, in the era of Google, you shouldn't be lying about facts that are publicly verifiable. And what you are doing now is you are lying to the Commission. and I don't often use that word, lying. I prefer somebody's untruthful. The elections in May 2019 were around the 8th. By the 13th, the results were known. And on this day, the 29th, President Ramaphosa announced his cabinet. So it is obvious, looking at those facts, that the person you are referring here to is then Deputy President David Mabuza and nobody else. So you're simply not being truthful with the evidence you are giving. And the question is why? Why are you lying on such a meaningless issue? This is a side issue in the greater scheme of things. Why are you lying about it?
I'm not lying, commissioners. Can I please? I know Mr. Nku calls KVDD. Like I'm saying, if it was David Mabuza, I would see no reason to lie about a late person.
Chief, if it was KB Mapatswa, he only came into office on the 15th of June 2019 after Mr. Jeff Radebe resigned from his seat. So how would you know in May, on the 29th of May 2019, that he was going to take over from Mr. Jeff Radebe when he resigned?
Kevin Mapatwe?
Yes.
Please repeat the question.
You say this is a reference to KB Mapatswa, and this is on the 29th of May, right? On the 29th of May, he wasn't part of a member of parliament. He only became a member of parliament on the 15th of June 2019, after Mr. Jeff Radebe resigned from his seat. You know that. So how could you know on the 29th of May that he was back, that he was going to get back into as a member of parliament?
Now that you're telling me, what I was meaning here is he's back in the country. What now that you are reminding me, I remember maybe he was back for this, I don't know.
You see, you refer to the is back, let's move on our issues. You're tying the two together, which means the person is back in some kind of a position where it will allow you to move on with your issues, you and Mr. Nku to move on with your issues. Why are you, there must be a link between the person being back and you being able to move on with your issues.
I know that there was a lot that he was doing for Nku as an uncle.
Do you accept as a fact that President Ramaphosa announced his 2019 cabinet on 29 May 2019? Do you accept that as a fact? It's a matter of relative ease for that to be proved. Do you accept that?
I accept that. Now you are saying the date.
It was 29 May. And the date of this... The date of this chat is also exactly that same date, 29 May 2029. You see that?
I see that, Commissioners.
And who had returned to their position on that date between Mr. Kebbi Mapatswe and Deputy President David Mabuza? Or let me ask the question differently. You must accept that Deputy President David Mabuza had returned to his position of Deputy President of the country. You accept that as well?
I was not talking about the position here, Chair.
No, I'm asking you the question. Do you accept that on that date, 29 May 2019, when
Yes.
the cabinet was announced, he returned to his position of the Deputy President of the country. You accept that?
Yes, I accept.
What you are refusing to accept is that you are talking about him here, DD, that he's back. And he could only have been back to his position as the Deputy President of the country.
Yes, I don't mean DD.
And
I mean the anchor.
And what it takes us back to him, having been outside and going outside of the country, and coincidentally now he's back on the 29th, back in the country. I will tell you that in the face of the facts that you and I have just gone through, what you say doesn't make sense altogether. What makes sense is that you are referring to Deputy President Mabuza. That's the only thing that makes sense in the circumstances.
I wouldn't comment any further, Chair.
Thank you.
Chair, if I can just finish the last point on this. The last chat that I want to, because it,
Can I just finish something on this? Because you're going to another chat.
May I ask the evidence leaders, I said it's a matter of relative ease to get the evidence so that it doesn't appear that we are working on mere surmise or, on non-existent facts. May I ask the evidence leaders to get evidence on this?
we will
It could
check.
just be a document making the actual announcement, and as you know, that document would be admissible evidence here because in commissions there are no strict rules as those rules that apply in, for example,
We will do
court
so, Chair.
proceedings.